Welcome everybody to the Bunch of Goofs podcast. Here's our host, Asian Faja Gamer, and his co-hosts, Odacia and Hey I'm Chef. And together they are the Bunch of Goofs.
Well, hey there, everybody. I just wanted to remind y'all that Bunch of Goofs is recorded in front of a live audience during a live cast on Twitch.
Alrighty then, hello and welcome everybody to another Bunch of Goofs livecast podcast. As you can see, we finally have a little bit of a different layout that actually works out a little bit better for us. Hopefully things go well and stay smooth with this. I appreciate anyone and everybody that is here today. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Oda, for being one of the Goofs and always being here. Now, today we're going to be talking about a lot of random stuff. Starting with...
No.
Yeah!
No. We would never talk about random shit.
No.
Not here.
Never. Not us. We don't talk about random stuff.
Whenever I have random shit, coffee is involved.
Are you sure it's not hot sauce? We know how your shit reacts to spicy food.
Oh my. Hey, what is
no,
up, Twiggy? Thank you
that's
so much
burning.
for being here. I do appreciate it. Alright, and of course, y'all here on TikTok, if you do want to join in on the fun and the conversation, we are live on Twitch at Asian Faja Gamer. Same spelling as my TikTok tag, link is in my bio. Me, Chef, and Oda are all having some fun.
So, Faja,
Hmm?
I've got something that you don't have.
You have many things that I don't have. Oh, yeah! I'm so jealous. I am so jealous.
Firefly Pocket Watch!
So, what Chef has here is the commemorative Loot Crate Firefly watch that came out in 2017, I believe?
Something like that.
Yeah, and it is awesome because if you look at it, if you want to show it off again.
I will try. This camera sucks. I haven't switched over to the good stuff yet.
You suck. Why haven't you done that? Yeah, but you can see it's got the Firefly.
First off, I love the
actually
fact
on
that Serenity looks like a dick.
It's
Serenity looks like a dick.
It's erect. And bald nutsack. How
And then
you
the
doing?
back even has a shit.
And I do appreciate y'all being here for today's livecast podcast on Twitch. Y'all are fucking amazing. Thank you so much for joining the Goofs today.
Oh. So, random thing came to mind. Guess what I'm going to start working on? Thursday?
Oh, what?
I think? Yeah, because I get paid on Thursday. My two-handed Great Beskad for my Mandalorian kit.
Dude,
Nice.
fuck yeah. I cannot wait to see you start working
You know what?
on that.
I've got to experiment. So, I plan on making two of them. One solid and one hollow, so that way I can put LED lights in it.
Okay.
But, the solid one, obviously, I'm using as a, let's see if I can actually fucking do this type of thing. The only thing that I'm having an issue with right now is finding a wooden dowel long enough to go the majority of the length of the blade and then more than just a couple inches into the fucking hilt.
That's gonna take a little bit of finagling, but I really hope you post progress pictures because I want to see your work and as you're in your and you know your experimentation process.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about going with a wood hilt, so that way I can just screw a screw into the wood dowel and then screw it into the hilt.
May
I'll
I make a
screw you.
suggestion?
Yeah.
See if you can get one of those fiberglass poles that they make.
You're a pole.
Well, the material that I'm using for the blade is going to be 3 pieces of 6mm Sintra, which together is enough stability, maybe. I just want the wood dowel down the middle to keep it from flexing side to side.
Now, have you ever?
And I don't know if the fiberglass rod will actually hold that strength.
Now, have you ever considered working with as a overlaying medium Warbler?
Yes, but I have more readily available Sintra than I do Warbler or anything else. Because I can go down to Lowe's, spend $25 on a 4x6 sheet. Or a 4x5 sheet.
Alright, I totally get it. And what's up, Minimoto TV? Welcome to the Bunch of Goofs podcast livecast.
Random thought.
I didn't do it.
Look into an arrow shaft for a heavy draw weight bow. Those things get like 3 or 4 feet long, and they're thick as heck because they're designed for 120-pound draw strength.
What, just go to Walmart and grab one of the arrow shafts that they have?
No, this is go online and look for it. Oh. These are not hunting arrows. These are much bigger, but they are also robust as heck. Yeah, they're designed to be fired at 160-pound draw weight.
Right, but what's the price on them?
I don't know. It was just something that popped in my head, so I'm mentioning it to you as an alternative, as a
I'll look into it
if you need greater strength.
Yeah, I'll look into it, see what they come up as.
Now, because I mean, you could use like a solid wooden dowel as the core.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, never mind. I didn't understand your plan. But I thought you were going to use a PVC pipe as a core.
No, use a wooden dowel as a core, surrounded by Sintra, because I want to do 2 solid layers on the outside. And then split and remove about 1 inch to maybe 1.5 inches out of the center, so that way out of the centerpiece, so that way the wood dowel can go up through the top, like through the blade, stop like this far from the tip. But I wanted to extend down into the PVC hilt that I'm going to make.
Okay. I like what you're going with there. I'm guessing it's just gonna take a little work to figure out what you're gonna for it to look like the way you want it to look.
Yes. So for the two-handed Great Vescad, like I said, I'm using the sack style, which is like straight back / cut and then straight down. And then for my smuggler, that like my soft kit that I wear when I'm not in armor, I'm gonna make 2 like normal size Vescads that are just basically great daggers. Or long, the long daggers or whatever for both sides of my hip. And then I get to learn the awesome thing of leather crafting, so I can make sheaths.
Oh! If you want a good,
I'm learning all sorts of things doing this shit.
If you want a good person to look up for that, look up Skilltree. They are an amazing content creator for that. And they're a lot of fun.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube. They're a lot of fun to watch, and they can teach you a lot about leatherworking, woodworking, about a lot of little things that involve stuff that might coincide with what you're trying to do, cosplay, LARPing, and just being crafty in general. And no, I'm not sponsored by that dude. Okay. I really wish I could be, because he's fucking awesome.
I'm going to say, a part of me wishes I was close enough to Chef so that I can start getting into this stuff, but my wallet is very thankful that we are on opposite sides of the country.
It probably would help. And of course, y'all here on TikTok, I've already said it, but I'll say it again. If you do want to join us, we're live on TikTok doing a podcast, livecast called Bunch of Goofs. Come on and join us. Link is in the bio.
Well, I say before we go so far down the squirrel train, we don't know which way is which. Maybe we should bring up Chef's topic.
Actually, before that, I did...
Yeah, we can. Oh. No. Go ahead.
Sorry.
You wanted to what?
Before that,
Spit it out, sir. Spit it out!
I did want to bring up something that was really cool that I did this weekend. Not to be a total hog about shit, but oh, shut up. Excuse me. But I actually was on... I know. I'm drinking coffee. It's not meant
Shun the non-believer. Shun the non-believer.
But
have you done all the hydrates in chat?
Yes, I did all the hydrates in chat. I did. I didn't see the new one.
Are you sure?
Don't, you fucker.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.
Such a bad.
This is why somebody should have a glass of water.
No, he needs a gallon of water.
Yeah.
I
So
just
yeah,
need like
you're
a
doing
straw
something
and
healthy
a
for
hat
you.
attached to a big jug of water. So that's I just.
Oh my
drink it.
god. No. I just got it. I know what I'm getting you. I gotta find it on Amazon now.
You know
Dude,
what?
I
Of
was
getting
number
one of those
one.
helmets that look like a instead of getting those construction-looking helmets, we should get like what looks like open face Mando helmet.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
You know those beer chug things they have?
Yeah.
Just get him one of those, but have it look like a Mando helmet.
No, what I want to get him one of those things that it's the hat with the two fucking things for the two cans.
Yeah, you
That's
on
know,
what
either
I'm
side.
talking about.
the same hat that Schmitty Jürger Weberman Jensen had.
Or the caddy in fucking Happy Gilmore.
Oh my god, yes.
And like
I saw-
half-
I saw somebody with one of those beer dispensing hats, and then cuts over, and it's fucking Happy Gilmore's caddy.
What were you saying, Faja, before we derailed you?
Oh,
We derail all the
we
time.
do it all the time. But yeah, no, I wasn't
Oh,
talking.
what did you do?
Yeah,
That's
so
what we were doing.
this weekend, this Saturday, I was actually invited to a podcast known as ADH Geek that is done by my friend Cyclops, whom actually used to do a radio show back in, I believe, Minnesota. And
Minnesota.
yeah, it was a lot of fun because it was it's the first time in a long time that I have agreed to do an interview style podcast, because I haven't agreed to do one in a long time. I've had a few come up to me, but I'm like, nah, I just don't want to. But
So if I asked you to be a guest on N2O, you'd say no? I see how it is.
no, I would say yes now. It's because of y'all that I say yes to these things. You realize that before I saw y'all, I was really closed off to the idea of collaboration because I've gotten burned before.
Well,
So-
I mean, it's a good thing we don't collaborate. We just do stupid shit.
Oh, don't worry. You're gonna need so much burn cream after my vicious mockery.
Oh
Giggity.
my. And Twiggy, you can watch it on YouTube, and I believe they're also on Spotify, if I believe correctly, but mostly on YouTube, and they're under ADH Geek, spelled just like that. And
Hey,
it's
Faja,
no,
could you link it in the YouTube and clips channel
I
on
will.
the Discord?
I will. Yeah, good idea. Thank you for
Hold
letting me
on,
know.
I'm gonna look it up on YouTube and put the link in chat.
Thank you, Chef. I appreciate that help. But yeah, it was a lot of fun because it was the first time I did that, and we talked about a lot of interesting things, like one of my worst enemies, my nemesis, Bobby Kotick. And of course, we also talked about something kind of sad, Olivia Munn, and the fact that she's going through breast cancer. For
I
those of
didn't
you
even know that.
For those of you who don't know who Olivia Munn is, first off, get cultured, learn yourself something. I'm just kidding. Secondly,
First off, G4.
yeah,
G4.
G4. Yeah. Attack of the Show is where Olivia Munn started off from. Oh, and there you go. Sorry, you
God,
have.
she was so fucking hot.
Anyways, yeah, no, she's still a beautiful woman. Let's be honest. Other than that, though, Olivia Munn, yeah, we talked about that. We also talked about the fact that finally, it took them this long, but Metroid, the game franchise, is finally getting into the Game Hall of Fame.
Wait, it hasn't been yet?
No, I was surprised myself, but it's fine. Well, sorry, it's not officialized. It's been nominated and it's in the finals right now.
I mean, Metroid's been around since the beginning.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Metroid is one of the first games that had that 2D map style. That was like they pioneered that.
Not only that, Metroid was actually the very first action-style game that had a female protagonist.
That most people didn't know was female.
That most people didn't know until they actually beat the game.
Which most people didn't stick around for the credits, so
Nope.
Nope.
It took all the way until Super Smash Bros. For that to become a common knowledge thing.
Right?
because
Sad.
when she got electrocuted in Super Smash Bros. If you paused it at the right time, you can see the suit getting electrocuted. You can see her skeleton getting electrocuted. Then you can see her with everything blurred out.
And her,
But
yeah.
it's Samus.
Yeah. We're talking about Metroid, Twiggy Gimp. The entirety of the Metroid franchise has been nominated and is in the final running for to be entered into the Game Hall of Fame. Which, the fact that it hasn't been yet is a little disappointing in my opinion.
Well, I will say after the N64, I lost interest in Metroid.
I mean,
So I can see why it's taken a minute. I mean, yes. Yeah, I played Metroid Prime, but that was the only one after the N64.
Okay. Okay. At
Like,
least you tried. At least you played Metroid Prime.
Yeah, I mean, Prime's one of my favorites of them, but I'm not a huge fan of Metroid like I am Sonic or anything else.
Okay.
But
Of the grandfather franchises.
yeah, I mean, I can see why it's taken so long because in my opinion, anyway, Metroid fell off.
Metroid did an interesting job with 3D.
Oh yeah, no, the graphics for Metroids was always great. The storyline just like when they started making it more about Samus being a woman than the actual storyline, that's when I lost interest.
Okay, I get it.
Not for the fact that she's a woman. I've known that for fucking years. I love Samus's character. It's just as with everything, why force it?
All right, I see where you're coming from with that. Now, how do you guys feel about Castlevania?
There are some fond memories
Really
of that
good
fucking
Netflix
game.
series.
What about
You ever played any of the games?
I never got past like the second level, and I always had to give the game cartridge back. Poor kid. And I didn't own a Super Nintendo.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Well,
I played the game
Castle-
before when I was a kid. It's just I never owned it myself, and also it kept kicking my butt.
Oh, Castlevania was a hard game. Like no matter what, it's never an easy run through.
No. Castlevania was definitely
it's-
one of those challenging platformer style games.
I love the inside joke with the Castlevania games. The fact that the most powerful weapon in the entire game is a whip. And you are in a castle, in the dungeons, dressed as a very attractive man.
Sometimes wearing all leather.
Yes. Yes. Depending upon which armor you happen to be wearing.
Oh
Yep, and you're going
my.
and you're going to go use that whip on some gothic guy that's really attractive.
You about to whip some vampires. I mean, this whole thing is just a wet dream
The
for some
jokes
people.
write themselves. The jokes write themselves.
There are so many vampire. It's like, hey, look, it's a Twilight fetish series.
Oh, it was long before Twilight, sir.
Yeah.
Long before Twilight.
I said that in order for to get a reaction out of my wife.
You
In the
your wife's gonna come out of nowhere and just smack you on the head. I'm gonna see it.
I forget
She's currently vomiting because she hates Twilight.
I forget which Castlevania it was, but they released one on the Xbox One or the Xbox 360. I can't remember which. And there was a like you could have the whip, but then you could get a second one for your offhand. So you're literally like Jacques the Whipper from fucking TikTok.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you know that TikToker.
Yeah,
Dude, he was in Florida fucking last weekend.
Dude, what the fuck?
He was also on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, I really wish I could see him, but he's East Coast, so I'll never get to see him.
Lies, come down here.
I guess
Come for a vacation.
maybe one
We
day.
can go. The Renaissance Fair in Deerfield is literally every weekend the entire month of March.
Listen,
from Thursday to Sunday.
Once I get my first sponsor and I can have that throw around money, I will make that visit down there because it'll be on my way to see my daughter as well. And I'll take her down to see you too.
Stop buying all the AA batteries for your vibrator.
Hey!
Go rechargeable and save the money.
Rechargeable batteries can explode, thank you very much. I don't need that making my, you know, my taint my ain't.
Well, the thing is, that's only if you use them for a couple of hours.
As we all have devices in our pocket that run for 24/7 and get recharged continuously.
Right.
Maybe that's why my phone was literally like 100-something degrees at SeaWorld Sunday.
Yeah, you know, when your phone is that hot, that might tell you something, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to try to go this weekend and see what my options are for upgrading my phone.
All right, good. Because the last thing I need to see is you sending a picture in the Discord with, you know, part of your thigh missing.
I mean, it'd go with everything fucking else.
The thing is that with you, I wonder how many people would wonder if you had squirrels in your pants.
Hey, what is up? Thank you so much for being here, Scotty. You are right. He does need a new one, especially if it gets that hot. And
well, I'm still rocking the Note 9.
And I played Ninja Gaiden. That is definitely one of those old games. Fuck yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go on my little rant because we brought up Castlevania. That actually made me think of this.
Okay.
Okay, it'll probably segue into my thing that we keep trying to get to too.
Now, okay, but just to be fair, after the rant though, I just want to address bald nut sex comment. All right.
Okay.
But please do rant.
But very rarely, like Castlevania is one of the only times where the line has been blurred between video games and television/movies, and it's been done anything resembling decently.
And books. There's Castlevania books.
Oh no, I'm specifically talking about like Super Mario Brothers, E.T., all of these, the Link TV, the Legend of Zelda TV show. Well, excuse me, princess.
No,
I'm that crap.
I'm laughing because you brought up E.T., which is notoriously the worst fucking movie to video game there is.
Of course, the guy's going to mention something from his. But yeah, there are so many times where that line has been crossed, and a lot of the times you'll actually see the people go, "Well, we never played the game."
Yeah, like what the fuck?
We never watched. Like one of the worst movies, but at least it was true to the game, was the first Doom movie.
The scene in the Doom movie where it goes into that first-person fucking Reaper view, dude, I fucking geeked.
And I mean, we gotta give praise to the main actor in that movie,
Carl Urban.
He's fucking amazing,
dude. I love Carl Urban. Everything he does, I am a fucking massive fan.
Even his side roles,
even his role in Priest. That fucked up, stupid ass movie.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate you being both on Twitch and on TikTok.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for being in both, my friend.
But yeah, the number of video games I've seen based on movies, and it's like, well, because it's based on the movie, they try too hard.
You want to know a good example of that? Wow.
I still haven't seen it to this day.
That movie made me want to punch everyone, including Ryan Gosling, right in the fucking face.
What about? Because I own it, but I haven't watched it. The Assassin's Creed Lineage or whatever. The Assassin's Creed movie starring Jude Law. I've heard that's pretty shitty.
Like, okay, let's bring up Final Fantasy, literally demonstrating how to do it wrong and how to do it right by the same company.
You mean the one that made them go bankrupt and the one that helped them?
Yep. Final Fantasy is Spirit Within, which everyone thought was actually going to be related to 7, and it wasn't. And then Advent Children came out, and everybody... It's like, if they just came out with the Advent Children instead of a Spirit Within, they would have just Square would still be here.
Oh,
Square Enix wouldn't exist.
Dude, that's what they should have done. They should have bankrolled fucking Advent Children. And you know what what the funny thing is? What a lot of people don't know, you probably do know this, Oda. What a lot of people don't know is that idea was already on the table when Spirits Within was actually put out. And you want to know the fucking shitty thing is? You want to know who denied it?
Fox, because they did everything at that time.
Well, I mean, it was an American company, but it wasn't Fox.
Oh.
Who produced the movie?
I don't know.
Paramount.
Universal? Oh.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, no shit. Back then, Paramount was almost as bad as Miramax.
Yeah, but they fucked that shit.
Twiggy, we're talking about the movie, not the video game.
Yeah, no. We're not talking about the video game. I actually really enjoy the Warcraft universe in a lot of ways. I don't play WoW anymore. I used to, but I'm talking about the movie. I'm sorry, that movie did the entirety of the lore dirty as shit.
The thing is,
At least
this is actually one of the things.
Hello.
Video game-based movies should be a continuation of the story, not a retelling, and vice versa. That's why the Avatar game is okay, because it's not them retelling the movie, it's telling a chapter in the story of the film franchise. But when they rehash especially like Jurassic Park is a great example of this.
Be careful.
The plot, the script that they used for the video game was changed heavily.
Which video game?
Jurassic Park for the Sega.
Are you talking? Oh, you're talking about the original?
Yeah.
Was it a horror game?
The original is
It's just a
suspense
shooting game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember which one you're talking about.
They used the original ending, and Steven Spielberg changed it.
Well, they changed.
They
supposed
used.
to be-
You mean they used like the book, right?
No.
No.
The
So
original script.
Steven Spielberg changed the ending right before filming started, if I remember right.
But they didn't have a chance to go back and change the game. So because they started with the same thing, but Steven Spielberg changed stuff, the video game had a very different ending to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because Steven Spielberg added the T-Rex.
Yes. The T-Rex, Rexy was not supposed to be part of that last fight against the Raptors.
Right. That wasn't. I like that scene though.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, a great scene, but that's the problem when they try to do concurrent telling of the story with video games. Video games take so long to make.
And honestly, I agree with you. Video games should be like another chapter or another perspective. Something that is not essentially directly
not
related to the chronology of the game, but canonical within the universe. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
I was agreeing with him.
I was gonna say, but back to the, just because I latch on to random things when people say them. The whole thing about E.T. Alan, you know G4.
Yes.
Oda, I don't know if you remember the
Thank you for
channel
those roses.
Nope.
Okay, so G4 was an all gaming TV show or TV channel.
I was like, TV show.
They had Attack of the Ship. I said channel.
The game show network thingy.
No. G4 was literally gaming.
Like video games.
They had Attack of the Show, Gadget Prawn.
I got a chance to watch it because I was always busy.
Yeah. So they had an animated show on there called Code Monkey. That followed two programmers in a shitty fucking company. And they poked fun at everything from back in the day.
And it was
they
done
make fun
in
of Steve
8-bit,
Jobs.
right?
Yeah. It was done in 8-bit, which is what was great because they were video game designers. Fucking the first time you meet Black Steven.
Oh my god.
This is research for my game. Cracker Barrel. It's where you shoot crackers in a barrel. And then he walks away. And this is the weird thing is he's the accountant. But the whole thing that popped up into my head was they did an episode on the E.T. game. And they their theory on why it was so fucked up is because they paid the 2 lead developers to go watch the movie to create the game for it because they were the best developers in the company. Instead, they went to a strip club and fucking blew all the money that they were supposed to use for the game on hookers and strippers and all that other shit. And then they just made up a game.
So they just went and bought hookers and blow and made up a game.
But whenever anybody brings up the ET game, that's the only thing that pops in my head is fucking Code Monkeys.
You actually, here's a really funny thing real quick. Completely random, but still based on that. I remember watching the thing about the funniest ways that developers got back at pirates. They had a game where you were basically, it was like a puzzle game where you were developing a video game. It was the whole marketing, everything like that. If you pirated the software, as the game was nearing completion, you got to notice that your game was pirated, and now you're going out of business because you're going to lose all your sales.
Ha!
Nice.
That's great.
So,
I guess it'd be a good time to transition to the topic that I was going to bring up because we're talking about video games.
Oh yeah, and then I got another one when you're done, but you can go first.
Oh no, go ahead.
Before we do that, I did want to, because Bald Nutsack did bring this up, and I did want to talk about it real quickly. He asked, do any of you guys own any retro consoles?
I wish
I still had mine. I've lost them through divorces, moving, obviously not my divorces, but parents. Yeah, water damage, shit like that. Stepmom's stealing them, but I digress. Which is funny considering I'm the nostalgic one out of the 3 of us.
I know, right?
I want them. Eventually, I want to get all of the mini consoles that they made.
Oh, man. The ones that have all of the games inside of them.
Mm-hmm. But I don't want the shitty Amazon fucking off-brand ones. I want the ones that they came out with. So the NES one, the Super Nintendo one, the PlayStation 1, the Sega one, all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, there's a lot of games I wish I kept, but I didn't over the years. That's why I love Steam.
Definitely. My younger brother has 1 or 2 of them. Nice. Lucky.
I mean, that's why emulators were such a big thing for a while, and then they started Nintendo especially started cracking down on those things.
Oh yeah, Nintendo literally drove the way to the killing of emulators as quickly as possible. Even though they're still around today, they're still fighting them.
I was gonna say, you can still get them.
Yeah. But they're doing everything they can to shut them down.
I want to get a couple. I want to get a couple of the Pokemon, Gen 1, Gen 2 emulators and stuff like that, and play those.
You know what? If you have a problem with people running the emulators, why don't you take the freaking hit and come out with your own that doesn't require an internet connection?
Right. Let's see. Scotty said, I bought a kit to redo the shell of my Switch, speaking of vintage consoles, and I'm doing mine in atomic purple. Oh, you're going for the N64, huh? Nice.
No, she's going for the Game Boy Advance, sir.
Oh,
Atomic Purple was Game Boy Advance.
I remember the N64 also coming out with a translucent purple for its
Yes, but it wasn't called Atomic Purple.
No? Oh, okay.
No, it was called something else because it wasn't. So Atomic Purple is slightly darker than the N64 one.
Oh, okay.
And the N64 one, they technically considered it a blue.
Really?
So it came out with a translucent. Yeah, they came out with the translucent teal, the translucent bluish purple, and I think a translucent red.
Green.
And they called it.
Well, the teal was the green one.
Okay.
That is not teal. That's lime green.
Teal is oh that lime green one. Yeah, I forgot about that because that was a later edition.
Yeah, because the only reason I know about it is because Scotty had a video on TikTok about it.
Yes.
Yeah,
then of course you could always get the special edition gold one that came with the gold controller, and a gold copy of Majora's Mask, if I remember right.
It was a gold copy of Link to the Past. Sorry, not Link to the Past. A gold copy of the original of Ocarina of Time. So there, if you wanted, the funny thing is, there's actually 2 copies of that. So there was the one that originally came out with the console, right? That's the one that's worth a lot of money. And then they came out with a commemorative re-release of it that's also gold. That one is worth shit all.
Yeah. The gold one's the one that we had.
That's an awesome one. That is... Wait, do you still have it? Damn it.
I don't have my N64 anymore.
Well, we're talking about retro games, so I'm going to bring this one up. Because this is the other thing I want to bring up, but it goes with retro games.
What's that?
Why is it that grinding is better in retro games than it is in modern games?
Because grinding back then actually led you to something, whereas grinding nowadays leads you to cosmetics.
And also, the grind in a lot of the older games also was a grind that was involved with story. Whereas the grind in a lot of games now is just mindless.
Yeah, well, I'm talking like I'm doing my Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 2 has one of the most forked leveling systems of any Final Fantasy and of any RPG. You level by doing. So if you want to level up fire, you have to keep casting the fire spell. Well, I realized all of my support magic was under-leveled, and when the time they actually started using the stuff I needed it for, I couldn't use it because my support spells were too low level to actually fix the problems I was having. So I've literally spent yesterday evening, I'm probably going to spend today, tomorrow, and most of this week just grinding out that stuff off screen. And I'm having fun with it.
But that's the thing, though. The mechanics of games back then are just a lot of fun. Because they're ingrained with something, like the battle music. There's a lot. There's a lot that a lot of older games had that a lot of newer games just kind of seem to forget. These smaller details. Like I said, battle music. The smaller mechanics in the game. The actual enemies not being... shit.
Well, not only... No, go ahead, Oda.
I find it really funny that this really bad rendering little soldier guy is more entertaining to fight than that goddamn 3D polygon mess they come out with now.
Let's see, don't you think that when there's fashion involved in normal endgame, the point...
So, like I just typed right there, my answer to that is no, not all of it, because you can grind out cosmetics in Skyrim at a low level. You can grind out Call of Duty gun camos at a low level. You can grind out skins in Fortnite from the Battle Pass. Again, the grind is different now. It's for cosmetics. It is not for anything else. Whereas, for the most part, like the story-based games still have some grind, but it's nothing compared to what it used to be. Like Oda said in Final Fantasy, he's grinding out all these spells and levels so that way he can use the healing spells or whatever for his support characters. That leads to something that changes the game.
You want to know the other thing that modern games don't give you, but in the old games they did? You could grind to the point where you look at the final boss and go, squish.
And that can be just fun.
Something entertaining about making yourself so powerful that the final boss is a joke.
Yeah, I mean, a perfect example of what killed that was Skyrim. Skyrim scaled your enemies to your highest level skill. Didn't matter what it was, just your highest level skill. So if you started blacksmithing and made 1,000 daggers at level 1, and you upped your blacksmithing to fucking 736 or whatever you can, I don't know. I've never finished Skyrim. If you did that, the enemies were scaled to that level, not your 26 bow.
Yeah, and even the games in the day that you did that, like Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah,
it would it would everybody be the same level as the medium average level of your party.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, you enhanced yourself with the abilities, so if when the enemies became more powerful, you could draw the more powerful spells and link those more powerful spells to your stats.
Yeah.
So you can still power up.
Right, but what I'm saying is like Skyrim especially, and I think Fallout did it too. I don't remember. Like Fallout 4, if you up one specific stat, or not even stat, just one skill, and just focus on that one skill and neglect all your other ones, your enemies go off of that one.
On your level.
Huh?
In Fallout 4, you had a level. It was based on your level.
Okay, so Skyrim only, as far as I know then.
Yeah.
Literally, it is based off of that one skill.
Yeah, like the other thing is like Final Fantasy Tactics, you wanted to overlevel so that you can get enemies to spawn so that you can steal their equipment because it was better equipment than you could buy at the stores.
Right.
And
that was an end game strategy.
But ultimately,
that's the other game mechanic that I missed.
No,
go ahead. I can do mine after.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, and that's ultimately what makes, like, grind from older games different from grind nowadays. Like you said, the grind nowadays is simply for one thing and one thing only: aesthetics. Whereas the grind back in the day for a lot of other games it leads to something that changes the game or adds to the game, not just adds to the way you fucking look.
Yeah, I mean, right there along those same lines of that, a game mechanic that I miss to this day, and not very many games do it anymore. Loot drops. Like kill an enemy, drop a gun. Kill an enemy, drop a piece of armor. And usually it's shit stuff, but there's a select few that if you kill them, you get better shit than what you have.
And I loved it when it was like a rare drop.
Yep.
So that feeling you got when it's like, I've grinded for 3 hours and it just dropped. Thank you, Jesus. Oh crap, I have 3.
Yes. The game that I think does it well, or does it the best and does it the worst at the same time, Borderlands. Borderlands RNG will give you, like, if you kill a boss, it will give you a badass weapon. But where it fails is the same way I think Destiny fails as well. You can get gun A, but you can get 6 different types of gun A because the RNG fucks with the stats. And this one's a god tier one, but this one is worse than a level 1 gun.
I hate it when they don't make them all the same strength.
That's what I'm getting at. That's why I said, like, Borderlands and Destiny do loot. Well, Destiny not so much because Destiny's loot drop system is fucking stupid. But Borderlands does a great loot drop system, but I hate the varying types of weapons. So, like, yeah, I can go and kill this boss and then leave, and then go back and leave, and then go back and leave, and then go back. As long as it's not story related, you can continue to kill him if he keeps respawning. Great. I might end up with 17 of his fucking rocket launcher, but all of them are shit, and I didn't get the god roll of the weapon. I hate
artificial difficulty inflation.
Yes, I hate that mechanic that they've added into all these games. Destiny does it too, or Destiny 2 does it as well. You can get, like, I've got a rocket launcher on Destiny 2 from back when I used to play, called, like, Bad Omens, I think it was. Supposedly the best rocket launcher in the game, aside from the one that keeps coming in special editions. One of the best ones in the game.
Echo, please
my stat roll for it is absolutely shit.
A moment.
My stat roll is just absolute shit. So I don't use it because they did this stupid bullshit mechanic of, yeah, you got the best rocket launcher in the game. We fucked with your stats.
One of the games that did it, one of the things I like when they do it with these grindy games is how Final Fantasy 12 did it, where you could grind this low drop rate item, but in about 3 bosses, you can buy this item at the store.
Yeah.
But if you grind out now, you can get this really powerful weapon. So it's like it gave you a reward. There's no real rewards. Like, okay, cosmetics to me are pointless. I don't care. And I can look good, I can look bad. I don't care about the cosmetics in Helldivers 2. I want the gun. Everything else is, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly like Twiggy said. Like, my whole problem with that loot system, it's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Here's the badass gun, but it sucks.
See,
here's this lovely. Here we got your ice cream. It's pistachio and mint.
Yeah, fuck that. No, thank you. I would fucking die.
Honestly,
I mean, the pistachio part I don't mind, but the mint.
Yeah. But that's honestly, for me personally, why I love games that have systems kind of like Elden Ring, where the weapons are all set. There's a set stat, and you can improve the stats of that weapon, but there's a cap. And at that point, it becomes about how well can you use this weapon. And your grind is about increasing your stats, your abilities, and to get certain types of weapons and the like, but it's for the variety. And adding to the gameplay style. Whereas you don't have to rely on the RNG of a stat.
Yeah, I prefer when the grind, like, a lot of Final Fantasies do this, where halfway through the game, you can there's usually a spot in most of them, you can spend 10 hours grinding, and you don't have to grind for the rest of the game.
Yeah, because you already have the shit.
You know, just your level alone, you level up to the point where you can just blow through the story, enjoy the epic story that's about to happen. I swear they do this on purpose, because it's just before most of the epic story moments. And you can just keep chooching through that epic story, not having to stop the grind, and just enjoy the story. And then not a lot of games, now they artificially cap it, like how 13 did.
Yeah.
Which, literally, they put the hardest bosses is what you had to defeat in order to get the cap raised. But it's like, yeah, but you do realize these bosses suck. They have mechanics that directly go against everything you told us to do, and you're wondering why half the player base stopped playing the game at this boss. Not kidding.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's one of those ways that some game developers pace a game, and it's very inorganic.
Yeah, I feel like it stops the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
if you gotta bash your face against a storyline boss in a Final Fantasy, something's wrong. You're supposed to smash your face against the optional bosses.
Yeah,
or against
not the
wall.
Story boss.
No, don't smash your face against the wall. That's bad advice. I'm sorry.
So, I have a bit of a plan that we should probably do.
I think we should take a small break.
Bring up Well, I was going to say that after I brought up my next point about the same shit that we've been talking about.
Oh.
But also, before we take a break, we should probably answer Twiggy's comment real quick.
Okay.
And then I can get into my thing.
Yeah.
Like, not my topic, but I have something to add to the conversation we've been having.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
So,
should we go with what you? We should probably go with what you say first, and then go to Twiggy, because it'll be a better transition.
Okay. So it's no secret. I like the older style of games for their mechanics.
No, really, you're not a nostalgic content creator at all.
Yeah, I know, right? So the whole loot drop system is irritating to me. You know, we talked about Halo back in the day. Yeah, we've talked about it a few times, but I made the point when we recorded my Xbox episode. So I got kind of fucking confused there because I did it last week. You know, my biggest draw for the early Halos, and not so much like Call of Duties or anything like that, was the fact that, you know, the weapons were on the map. You started out with an assault rifle, a battle rifle, or a pistol, and anything else you wanted to find, go fucking get it. They spawned in the same spot. They spawned at random, they had intervals, but it was always hard to learn when the interval was because this person grabbed it, and if they die and nobody picks it up, then that interval restarts. So, that type of loot system is what I like. The in your face, here's your shit, you want it, go get it, whatever. The only exception to that would be Left 4 Dead. Because the RNG for Left 4 Dead is, it'll be on the map. You're not going to know where until you find it. But,
Oh, God.
Oda, have you ever played Left 4 Dead?
I've only ever seen you guys play it.
Okay, so all those spawns for all of the, melee weapons and stuff like that we keep finding?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't there every time. They are in different spots. Now, granted, there are certain points that are locked into the game that, yes, stuff will spawn here, but the quantities of said things are always different.
Dude.
So, health packs, pills, stuff like that.
You're
you know what,
amazing.
Chef? You and I need to find a retro game that we can play together.
I mean, Alan and I have Left 4 Dead 1 and 2.
No, I'm talking older than that.
Oh, okay. I mean, original Left 4 Dead's at 360. That's pretty retro now.
My idea of retro is like PlayStation or Super Nintendo.
I mean, N64 is retro.
The old man is saying that his version of retro.
Come on, Oda!
Show you a version of retro.
But no, Twiggy's saying the ammo spawns for Left 4 Dead. Ew. Yeah, the ammo spawns are shit half the time. But the other half of the time, they shove so much ammo down your fucking throat, it's always fucking there and you don't need it. But at the same time, that is the type of loot system I like. I like, here's the shit, go find it. Or, here's the boss, kill him, get the good shit. Here's, no fucking loot, and just build your shit. I don't like the, let's grind for cosmetics. Let's grind for the sake of grinding. Or, perfect example in some RPG I was playing, I can't remember what. To unlock this part of the weapon that you need, you have to go and kill 50 orcs. Who the fuck is counting how many orcs I kill?
That sounds like Shadow of Mordor, to be honest.
I mean, it was just a random example, but yeah.
I will say this, and this is one of my things that I've. Oh, what the hell's on my brain? Damn it!
What?
Damn it.
I think he lost
I
his
had
thought.
a thought. It ran away. Give me a second.
Thinking thoughts by thinking thoughts.
Yes, Twiggy. If anything, I am an agent of chaos.
You're an agent of chaos.
I am
Try to
an
put
agent
order
of
in
chaos, sir.
freaking weirdo.
Yes, he's right.
Just wait until
I always one. I totally agree with you, Chef. I love that looting system. I also like the looting where it's nowadays. Or now I remember what I was gonna say. A lot of game developers now think that grinding should be an essential mechanic for the sake of grinding, and for some reason, if your game is grindy, it makes it a hard and challenging and gritty game. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It makes it annoying as shit.
And honestly,
there's a reason I've never finished Skyrim.
Oh yeah, and honestly, I see a lot of games using
Dude,
the
the only
grind.
thing I beat Skyrim was to mock the shit out of it.
Yeah, but I see a lot of games using the grind to essentially add substance to a game, to add meat and potatoes to a game, and that's just not it. That's not where it's at. We don't want the grind. We want a good, thick story, giggity. We want it nice and hard and thick.
Throbbing story.
Fantasies?
Yeah.
If you just do, I'm not, the NES games, no, but all of the Super Nintendo era games, when they started actually developing the story better, because they had the RAM, they actually, if you just do all of the mission and side missions without going out and beating the crap out of stuff, except maybe a half hour because you need enough money to buy a potion, But, like, you don't have to go out and grind. People do that for fun in order to walk up to this big, bad, evil boss and go, squish. That's why you do it. You don't need to do this in order to beat the game. And there's a lot of people, like this one YouTuber, his name is Primal Liquid. He purposely does not grind in some Final Fantasies in order to keep it challenging.
I'm sorry, but I just have to point out Primal Liquid. I'll give you my Primal Liquid.
Primal? Hey, I'm not gonna diss the Brit, okay?
I'm not. I'm just saying the joke was there.
I know. But it's really funny. This guy, he does literally for fun. He grinds out challenges. Like he did a Final Fantasy run where he only used summons.
Nice. That actually sounds like it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he does those type of things, and those grinds to him are fun. But you don't have to grind out that much to play the game. They do it because it's fun. And that's been lost nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, Chef apparently is going to go eat. So I think this will be a good time for us to take a small break. And we'll come back to Twiggy's little thing and Chef's thing.
Well, hey everybody! Did you know that Agent Fasha Gamer has a Patreon?
That's right, and Random Skull is here to help tell you about it.
And that's right, we're doing this announcement together.
And when you subscribe to Patreon, you get to see content early, and of course make requests for content on YouTube, and even on Twitch and TikTok. It's all up to you!
And of course, if you want to support Agent Fasha Gamer, check out these links. And of course, there are also links in the link tree.
And remember, when you subscribe to Patreon, you can also leave a message saying that Random Skull is better than Mr. Announcer.
Now, was that even really necessary?
Hey everyone, I'm Caleb, or as you know me as Hey I'm Chef. I am a somewhat content creator. I've kind of taken a break on making the actual content and just doing stuff here with Alan or Asian Fasha Gamer. We have Monday, Bunch of Goofs, the livecast podcast that him, Oda, and myself do. And every other Friday we have the D&D podcast that we are putting together. So if you want to see this face on anything right now, it's with Alan stuff, or you can follow me on all my socials at hey_I'm_chef. Until then, I will see you guys later. Have fun with the content. Peace.
The Goofs are back. Thank you so much for, hanging around for that little be right back. And if you'll want to join in on the fun, in the conversation, actually hear everything that's going on, we are live on Twitch at Asian Fasha Gamer. Same spelling as my TikTok tag. Link is in my bio just to make it easier for you. And it's me, my buddy Chef, and my buddy Oda. We are the Goofs. Now,
Greetings.
and the thing that I wanted to talk about next is actually the topic that Twiggy brought up earlier, which was involving Elden Ring. Now, I know both of y'all aren't, the most into Elden Ring, nor do you know the most about it, but hopefully you know a little bit. And
by the most, you mean absolutely nothing, because I've never played the game.
I mean, you've seen the visuals. Ooh, nice. All right.
I have seen people rolling around like jackasses.
So, Twiggy...
They were even doing it at cons.
Oh, God. Now, Twiggy here asks, Elden Ring movie or series? You guys against it or for it? Given the opinion.
I'll go first. Doing that justice is such a tall order that if you don't get a really good group of actors, producers, directors. If the entire thing is not all-star and faithful to those games, it will get backlash destroyed.
It will get burned to the ground.
Mhm.
Beloved franchises are extremely dangerous to convert, which is part of my whole problem I had is it's really hard to do it well, and then they do it completely like crap, which makes it worse.
Case in point to add to that is the Halo series on Paramount.
Oh God, no! 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 God, no!
The graphics and visuals are fucking there, but you should not see Master Chief's fucking face in the first goddamn episode. We are going on 20 fucking years that we've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to break it to you, but he's a Mando. The rules should apply.
Okay, first off, the Death Watch is a fanatical fucking section. Every other Mandalorian lets their face be fucking shown.
But my point is, you see more of the Master Chief's face
than you do
than
Pedro
you see
Pascal.
Mando's face.
Well, so there's a logistical reason behind that has nothing to do with the show and has everything to do with the actor himself.
I know, getting him on set is a bitch.
No, it has nothing to do with him being a bitch. It's the fact that
No, I said getting him on set is a bitch.
Oh, yes, because after season 1 of filming The Mandalorian, that's when The Last of Us started filming.
Oh shit.
So 90% of the scenes with Din Djarin is actually Pedro's body double, and then they go and voice Pedro's lines over the footage.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. Now, if you guys don't, I did want to give my opinion on this particular subject when it comes to this idea.
No, it's your podcast. You're not allowed to give your opinion.
You have no say. Not enough fingers. We need more.
I can't do that with my toes to make the middle finger thing with the toes.
What about
five of them?
What about the middle thing? What about the middle thing?
This is the wrong channel for that.
Yeah, we're not into microbiology here.
Go to hell. Alright, so, when it comes
to drop two bombs so big.
Oh, fucking now, when it comes to, Elden Ring, specifically, involving it either being a movie or a series. Personally, you don't have to agree with me here, but I don't think Elden Ring can be done as a live action to do it justice. I really don't. In truth,
CGI, maybe.
The CGI would be able to be done.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying like visually it can't be done. I am saying it's more so. Actually, no. I am saying visually it can't be done. Like there's things that you can do, but there is something about the impact that we just don't necessarily have the ability to create the scope of right now without it being more of an animated medium. I think that it would hit a lot harder and have much more substance to it if it were done in an animated medium rather than a live action medium, just because of the world of Elden Ring and, well, the ego of actors.
Well, there's also the fact that people would break their necks
well,
rolling around that goddamn much.
Well, I will counter your point, Alan, with this one hypothetical thing only. It can be done. And it can be done justice. There is one six-letter word that gets in the way of that.
The frickin' FCC?
Budget.
Budget. Yes. You ain't wrong about that.
If you gave a studio unlimited budget, it would be done. And it would probably be done about as well as Jurassic Park was.
Now,
Lord
I
of
definitely,
the Rings.
yeah, no, I definitely 100% agree. But I'm also thinking about feasibility and reality. You know, without the idea of unlimited funds, because to fund that would be exponential. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's why I said unlimited budget, and I said hypothetical.
Oh yeah, and I definitely agree. I'm not. I guess my standpoint would be more on the lines of it can be. It's just not feasible at the moment.
Yeah. I was more playing the devil's advocate because you said it could not be done.
I guess I was I was incorrect in saying that. So
I'm saying getting the plot and the production and the filming and the sequencing down in order to capture the feel of a game like that is so hard. If you don't go Dream Team, don't do it.
yeah,
You know what we would need to be able to capture that. We would need clones of both Henry Cavill and Felicia Day.
that's not gonna happen.
No, because those two are the biggest like hardcore nerds in Hollywood that I can think of.
I can think of 2 actors that are good enough to pull it off on the top of my head. Keanu Reeves and Johnny Depp. Because they're just excellent actors.
They're excellent actors, but I just don't think.
If you give them the role and give them a good script and a good director, and probably both of them would probably go and play the darn game to figure it out.
I don't know if Johnny Depp would, but I could see Keanu Reeves doing it.
Yeah,
Johnny Depp might try to add his own flair to it just because it's Johnny Depp. But I do agree, he does have the acting ability to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, and also another good nerd, Vin Diesel.
Yes, Vin Diesel is a massive D&D nerd. He has a floor-to-ceiling closet full of every single D&D book made.
the only problem would be, where would these people fit in the world of Elden Ring?
And that's the thing, I have no idea. I'm just saying, like, if you want the nerd quality and like attention to detail and the want and drive to pull off the movie, you would need Henry Cavill, Felicia Day, Vin Diesel, fucking, oh shit, who else did you say, Oda?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, yes. Johnny Depp, maybe.
Johnny Depp, make him the original villain for the story.
Okay, yeah, I can see
You
it.
can't do that.
No, I'm saying not no, I'm not saying the big bad. I'm saying one of the the part that makes it. Basically, remember how I said if you make this, it has to be a continuation or a side plot. You don't want him going up against the big bad from the game. You want a servant of the big bad that this particular character is dealing with. That's the only way I can see it being good.
Well, I mean, that's the different thing about Elden Ring, though, because Elden Ring doesn't have a main character. It's about showcasing the story of what's going on in the lands between. To have a side story wouldn't make much sense, because then you'd have a character who's not going to be the Elden Lord. And what's the point of following the story of a character that's not going to be the Elden Lord when they are nothing in the world?
Actually, you could just have it be somebody who failed at the end, and then the video game starts up at his failure.
That'd be a way to go.
That'd be a way to go. I could see that.
And like the character that Johnny Depp is playing is taken out by the hero, but then the hero faces the next level boss that's actually the end boss for the game, and it thrumps him.
The only problem is Johnny Depp's characters, his depth of acting, which is vast, doesn't seem like it fits in that world in any way.
No, I could see him doing it. Like, just from the clips that I've seen, I could totally see him being a villain in Elden Ring, but just don't give him that many talking lines, because he might try to add his personal flair to it. That's my only problem with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's the thing that I don't think he would fit into, because like whatever his flair he adds into wouldn't fit into the world of Elden Ring.
I'm just saying the range that he has. I don't know about his personality. It might be a bad fit. I'm just saying the most talented actors some of the most talented actors I can think of.
Yeah,
Hey, what's up?
I agree. Those are some extremely I mean, aside from Vin Diesel, he's very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
But
Give him a big weapon, put him in armor, and have him go.
exactly. Now, here's my question: does the main character in Elden Ring ever actually talk, or is it kind of like a Link situation?
I mean, the character actually technically has a voice. It's just they don't talk that much. There's no canonical saying that they're mute.
So they're like Link then.
Yeah.
Link can talk.
Because you know who you could have play the main character. He's already played a character that doesn't talk before.
Vin Diesel.
He beats up animatronic robots.
That does not help.
It's not Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nicolas Cage? Really? Really? Nicolas Cage?
Would you like to know who I was going to go with?
Who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He rarely, if anything, talked in Conan.
Well, so the reason I bring up Nicolas Cage is because he, in the movie Willy's Wonderland, the entire movie was made on $300,000. That's it. And if you've never watched it, it is a B-rated version of the Five Nights at Freddy's that came out like 5 years before Five Nights at Freddy's. So it's fucking great. It is a horrible movie, but it is fucking great.
It's hilarious to watch.
Since the movie was made on 300 grand, about 200 grand of it went to Nicolas Cage as the main character. But he said if you wanted him to say a single line, his fee was going to be 300 grand. So he goes through the entire hour and 45 minute-ish movie not saying a fucking word. People are directly talking to him, and he doesn't respond. He either grunts, nods, shakes his head, or just walks away.
And goes and drinks another grape soda.
Like, that fucking movie is probably one of my favorite B-rated fucking movies that have ever come out.
No, I'm going to say, hey, Chef, did you have something you wanted to talk about before? Let's talk about it now before it gets so derailed we never get back to it.
Yes.
We do have to do one redeem channel, though.
Would you rather?
Yeah, it's a would you rather.
Yeah, one would you rather.
Now.
Okay.
Would you rather? I actually asked this on stream, and I actually want to ask you while you're here, and everybody else.
I didn't do it.
No, but would you rather have, in a zombie horde situation, and the zombies are not infected, they are zombies, unlimited stamina.
But from which universe?
Let's say from the Walking Dead universe.
Okay.
Now, would you rather have unlimited stamina with a hand-and-a-half sword, or unlimited bullets with a semi-automatic?
So, does the unlimited bullets cover not jamming?
Yes.
That's a hard one, because even if you so gun nut, even if you have unlimited bullets, you still have to stop to reload.
Yes,
unless it's an ever-filling magazine. But if you get fast enough with your weapon of choice, you can make your way out of that horde with unlimited rounds. The only difference is you have to continue to move. You can't stand still while you're doing your shit. Now, if you're using the sword and have unlimited stamina, you don't have to worry about tiring out while you're moving and swinging and slashing. But on the flip side of that, do you have any idea how hard it is to cut through fucking bone? There is no guarantee that you will not have that you will continue to hold on to that sword.
Yeah, that whole samurai cutting a person in half thing never happened.
Also, if you want to chop somebody in half, it has to be your best bet is a two-handed weapon, like a scimitar. That's just basically a giant cutting axe.
True,
Pretty much.
but still, with a hand-and-a-half sword, it is possible to decapitate someone. It is just incredibly hard.
I have an answer, but it's morbid as hell. I want the gun so I can put a bullet in my own head when I get bit.
There's that too.
Hey!
Because me and Bobby were talking about this, and basically, you're screwed. It's how long do you want to be screwed for?
Well, it depends upon where in the horde situation you are. If the horde is advancing towards you and you're outside the horde, I will take the unlimited ammo. All day. If I am in the middle of said horde trying to get my way out, I am taking that fucking sword.
Now, did you consider the fact that, you know, one, the horde is... I never said a number, so it's going to be a large horde. Would you be
it'll be a
able
herd.
to... Huh?
It'd be a herd.
It'd be
If
a
we're
herd.
if we're in Walking Dead universe, it's herd.
Herd,
Yeah.
okay.
A horde is a massive amount of people, so
So, a giant herd of walkers. Now, would you be able to shoot enough of them before they advanced far enough to be able to get to you?
well, that's why I said you have to keep moving.
Right.
You can back up.
Yeah, because obviously
No,
I didn't say that
zombie-
you were in a closed area. Obviously, you can move.
Zombies don't run. They shamble. Infected run.
In all honesty, the sword's suicide. You have a chance with the gun. Slim chance, but it's not a big enough sword. It's not a battlefield weapon. It's a self-defense weapon. Two-handed swords are battlefield weapons. Anything less than a two-handed sword, and you're screwed.
Now that whole thing does change as well if you're given a shield with that sword.
That's true.
Because then you're given a second weapon and defense.
Also, what type of armor goes with each option, or is it just closed no matter what?
Just close.
I mean,
no
it's a
matter
zombie
what.
apocalypse. It's mostly clothes. There's not very many people depicted around running around in full plate armor, fucking in a zombie apocalypse. As funny as that would be.
The thing is, there are so many people who think that's hysterical. He's like, you want to go somewhere that's safe? Go to a HEMA event.
Go to a museum.
The
Go
thing
to
is,
a-
the guys in the HEMA armor, it's form-fitted for them.
Yeah.
So it works better. But no, gun's your best bet, but also because of the fact that if you get bit, it's a lot easier to off yourself with a handgun. Because I would rather have a hole in my head than be a zombie.
Well, he said semi-automatic. He didn't say a pistol. There are semi-automatic rifles and submachine guns and all. And technically,
It's a pistol in the previous thing.
technically, a shotgun is a semi-automatic weapon.
I didn't think about
Yeah.
Take out 2 or 3 heads at a time if you're using a slug,
that.
or just
Technically,
splatter them
M6
everywhere.
And M16 has a semi-auto mode.
Yeah. But an M16 has the ability to go burst or full auto because it's a military.
If it's a civilian, no, it doesn't. In my area.
Did
They disable
Class-
the ability to go automatic.
Class 3? Class 3 is technically still a civilian, sir.
No, I'm saying that around here, in order to get a gun like that, it has to be semi-auto. It cannot
Yeah.
have automatic functionality.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's a federal law unless you have a Class 3 license.
And is the Class 2
But-
license a concealed carry license, or is there something other than that?
No. Class 3 is you telling the ATF, yeah, you can come into my house whenever you want to check my guns because you're giving me the ability to have automatic weapons and explosives.
Ah, okay.
It is the ability to buy and sell, buy, not exactly sell, but buy and own military class weapons.
Good to know.
Flamethrowers, RPGs, dynamite, C4, silencers, automatic weapons.
Not napalm though, because that's a war crime.
That's a war crime.
Yourself.
Yeah. I think that gives you the ability to have SBRs as well, short barrel rifles. But sawn-off shotguns are still considered illegal federally, even with a Class 3 license.
But I want no. I need my double barrel sawed off.
I know, right? I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't have it.
It just means if you're
if
caught
they
with
ever
one,
find out, you're
fucked.
screwed. Yeah.
You know what? Just have a swappable stock.
No, sawn off, you cut the barrel off.
Oh. Yeah.
There's no quick swap in a barrel.
Reattach it.
There's no quick swap. There's no quick swap in a barrel.
Bullshit, magnets.
No, because if you
I
fire,
didn't say for shooting, I said for displaying.
Okay.
then what's the point of having a sawn-off shotgun?
Oh, brother.
Alright, so I guess we should probably get into the actual topic that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
Even though we are like miles away from anything that could be transitioned to that. And I literally have no idea how to transition into this.
We're just
From
gonna
the
go
conversation that we're having. So, fuck it! Here we go. The topic I wanted to bring up because of a conversation I was having with somebody earlier today is about anime games. So, anime is huge nowadays. It is very much mainstream now. As opposed to like when any of us grew up and you're a nerd, fucking anime, nah, all that shit. So, exactly. So, my thing is, why, and like Alan and I kind of talked about this a little bit already, but why is it that every fucking anime game that comes out is a goddamn fighting game? I don't give a shit if it's Dragon Ball Z, if it's One Piece for some fucking reason. Why is it a fighting game? Does every anime have to be turned into a anime version of Mortal Kombat?
Now, in that conversation that we had, I do want to interject a little bit, sorry. Because I know the reason. And the reason is stupid. And it sucks. And it's just because the marketing team of these companies that are involved in this is a bunch of dinosaurs that are dumb as shit. So, the biggest game companies that work with anime games are Konami, Bandai Namco, and Capcom. And the only reason why fighting games are their due course is because these three are owned by Toei. And when it comes to the gaming corporations or the gaming side of things, especially when it comes to the West, they're stuck on the idea of if this sells, stick to this, no deviation, because they're stupid. Even though games like, even though there's so much more to do with anime other than just monster collection and taming and fighting games.
Well, and I mean that, and we again, I brought this up when you and I were talking. How badass would it be? And like, I have a list of animes and games that game styles that would work perfectly for them. Are you saying it's a money grab? Yes, it's 100% a money
just
grab.
a giant money grab.
But imagine a Sea of Thieves style game based in the One Piece era, the One Piece universe. You get to make your own ship. You get to make your own crew. You have to conquer whatever ocean or whatever blue you want to start in, east, west, north, or south. And you have to make your way to the red line, cross the red line, cross the Grand Line, battle Sea Kings, you know, all this shit. And then the people from the anime are the ones that give you the quests at each island. So, like, just like in One Piece, you have to stay at a certain island for so long if you're using a log post. What you're doing while that log post is aligning is running quests on that island, given to you by Nami, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, etc., etc. How would that not be a perfect fucking game to market? or like another game, fucking a Zelda style, like, but not set in like Hyrule or anything like that, but a Zelda style game where you create your own teenage hero for My Hero.
Ooh.
But go ahead, Oda.
Lazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, this is all lazy and fucking, money grab and all that stuff and everything like that. But I'm just saying, like, these are games that I've come up with that I'm pitching that is like, these would be so much better games than this standard fucking Dragon Ball Z fighting fucking this one.
You know what? Inserts Isekai here as a Final Fantasy VI-like game, or Final Fantasy 7 or 9.
Yeah. I mean, Alan and I were talking too, an actual MMO. Like, I know they tried it with one of the games and it was fucking horrible, but a WoW style or like Knights of the Old Republic style MMO for Sword Art Online.
That might cause some trauma. Make it a VR one.
No.
Sell it with a special edition VR thing that actually that looks like
Magic Blade, a VR game they have out there.
Yeah.
Make that into an MMO called Sword Art Online.
Alan, Netflix has all the way up until the time skip.
Okay.
And then they have seasons long after the time skip, like the newly dubbed ones, which is stupid. So you're missing a huge section of it. But yeah, Crunchyroll has everything. So
I will say, I just had a really good idea for a video game that's not based on an anime, but uses an anime trope.
What's that?
Imagine a video game. They give you no backstory, no nothing, and you're isekai'd into the game.
I mean, that'd be badass to learn more about your story and shit like that as you're playing.
That'd be pretty fucking cool, actually.
Yeah, and it would just be like, oh wait, there's a magic system? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, you're all of a sudden like, wait a minute. Why is there fire in my hand? Why is it burning me?
Oh no. Like you see a little girl in trouble and all of a sudden, I'm gonna...
It's like, well, the little girl's gone and the enemy's gone. I win.
No, the girl blasts. No, the girl fireballs the bad guy, and that's when you realize magic's a thing because this little girl just fireballed the bad monster.
You said the magic word, but
What would you cry about if they did that, Twiggy?
Either yours or mine. I don't know which.
I think your idea.
Which one?
Fucking a chef.
Could you imagine if they did a literal like reskin of Pokemon using either but made it multiplayer, so you could join up with your friends and have your own digi-taming team?
I would love that. I would love the shit out of that. I would cry if they made what Otis said real. Ah, okay, so the VR shit. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna play anything Sword Art Online based VR.
Or the Isekai RPG.
Or replace Digimon with Metabots.
Dude, Metabots deserves a revival.
Dude, they really do. They need to reboot that shit.
They do. Like, I don't want just that anniversary shit. I want a whole anime reboot and manga reboot and toy line reboot.
And completely finish the fucking story. Because they didn't finish it.
They didn't finish it here in the States, but they did finish it in Japan.
There is a really interesting idea I just had, like, where you're doing the Metabots.
Yeah.
But you're like first-person view for Metabee when he gets turned on is when the anime starts.
Ooh, an RPG style game where you get to play as a Metabot.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. And like you turn on and it's Metabee being turned on.
That would be badass.
I mean, that would work great if you used any of the existing Metabots. I think like in my idea, like make it like Pokemon, but you're actually winning. Because if you remember from the show, like my only thing is the show in the U.S. Imagine where they have a game where every battle that you do, you're winning not only money, but you're also winning the part. Because in the show, if you lost the fight, you had to give up a part.
All right, so it was like gambling.
Basically,
it was fucking gambling.
How
for
is Pokemon
children.
not gambling?
I'm not saying
How
it's
is
not.
Pokemon
It
not
is.
gambling?
You literally beat the shit out of each other, and the winner gets money.
Yeah, that's probably that mechanic would stop the game from being released in this country if it was a children's game.
No, Pokemon is.
You don't surrender your Pokemon when you lose a battle, do you?
No, but you give money.
You give money.
You are literally You are sport fighting.
Okay.
But no, what I'm saying in the game, you're given a part from that other, from the collection of the other, I forget what they were called.
Operator.
The humans. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the operator. Because every operator's got spare parts and shit like that. The only one that didn't was Metabee's operator because he was broke.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Other fun animes into video games if they did it right. That isn't a fighting game.
Honestly, I think.
I mean, truthfully, fucking do a Dragon Ball Z that's not a fighting game. Do a Dragon Ball Z that has a story.
Yeah,
it's an RPG. An RPG Dragon Ball where you get to play as Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, etc., from whatever era you want, where you follow the story.
I just had a really funny idea. Anybody remember Fleet Commander?
I remember the name.
Giant Gatling gun for ships, and the bad guys were cat people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That as a flight simulator fighter game.
That'd be cool. Either that or could you imagine if they made a Gundam game that wasn't just fucking Mortal Kombat?
You want to know something funny?
Huh.
They did. Once. It was actually made by FromSoft.
Which one?
It was never released in the States.
Of course it wasn't.
But it was Gundam Unicorn. And it was made it was actually the predecessor to what's it called? To Armored Core 5. A lot of the mechanics that are in Armored Core 5 are actually were actually originally in the game of Gundam Unicorn. And it was the first time they actually had a game that had mechanics, that had story, that had so much more than the same game fighting bullshit. The only problem was...
Wait. That was a war... Go ahead. I thought you were done, sorry.
The only problem with that is the fact that it wasn't ever sold here in the States because, once again, Bandai Namco has this stupid fucking idea of the States only want fighting games.
Yes, because look at how well fighting games are doing if they're not Mortal Kombat.
That's why Guilty Gear
or Super or Super Smash Bros.
Samurai Warriors.
It's just like I don't know if they early released it and then they took it off so they could finish it. I don't know if they ever actually released it, but Multiverse of Madness or whatever, the WB Super Smash Brothers game.
Oh, that came out. It just flopped.
Of course it did.
Like
I was playing the beta for it and everything. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was wild and big for like 5 seconds, and then.
Do you know they made a Dynasty Warriors Gundam game?
Yes.
I was not a fan.
I never played it, but that is different than what you're talking about, though.
It is.
It is, but
It's just not a lot of people know about it.
yeah, and honestly, it wasn't
Google
great
it.
because it was literally just It was Dynasty Warriors reskinned with Gundams. There wasn't much added to the story, and the mechanics were shit.
Oh, I hate it when they do the good idea and do shit with it.
Yeah.
Like one of the few games I think did it right was Cyber Sleuth.
Never played.
Somebody has a flipping YouTube
Yes,
about it.
I'm actually doing a playthrough of it. But Cyber Sleuth did it right in the sense that it's a quintessential RPG.
Oh, the Digimon game.
Yeah, and it also has a good story to it. The only thing that pisses me off about it...
nice monster mechanic.
Yeah. The only thing that really pisses me off about Cyber Sleuth is its mission tracking. Fuck your mission tracking, it's bullshit.
There's mission tracking?
Yes, there actually is. It's going into the Digilab and talking to Mirai. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes, she'll give you a clue to where you're supposed to go.
Well, would you like to know what my mission tracking was in that fracking game? Mr. Google, sing me a song.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Where am I supposed to go?
You're old enough to be using Ask Jeeves.
I forgot all about SGs.
It was Yahoo.
Yahoo!
Oh my god.
I used Yahoo, and then I switched over to Google because Yahoo became a predatory wasteland.
Remember when
And
MSN
then
was a big thing and their logo was a fucking butterfly?
Yeah, I had MSN Messenger, Yahoo Messenger, and AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh god, AOL Instant Messenger. I hated that thing so much.
The good old days. I miss AIM.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to... Sorry, go ahead.
That was fun. I missed it. That was retro.
I was going to say, somebody needs to take AIM and turn it into an app.
I think it already is.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, I'm saying take AOL Instant Messenger and turn it into an app and let people use it again with the same sounds, same notification shit, fucking same UI, except for maybe a few...
Would you like to know how old I am?
Huh.
What's up from planet Earth?
I remember when they added the faces that actually matched the keyboard commands we were already using. Like,
you mean emojis?
A minus symbol and parentheses.
You mean emojis?
Like the beginnings of emojis?
They didn't call them emoji. That's why I called them faces, because that's what they were called. Emojis came out like a decade later.
I know. Emojis came out when smartphones became a thing.
Yeah, these things were essentially the predecessors to emojis.
Yep. I remember when they had
emojis.
Most people don't realize that I still do this, and I have fun with it because it freaks people out. I'm like, do colon minus symbol capital D. Like, why? Just type it. They hit enter. Why is that a grinning face?
Yeah,
because that was the original grinning face.
I still do that shit all the time too.
Mm-hmm.
And I have these younger people, and I'm like, I actually had a thing at work where they were talking about, and for work things, responding with emojis.
No.
Emojis are inappropriate and unprofessional.
No, the HR is telling me to use them.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, nice. At least
because it makes you seem more personable and less harsh.
Sure. I'm gonna send you 3 angry face emojis.
It's sugarcoating, is what it is.
You know what? I hate to break it to you. I work in quality. I don't use sugar. I am a diabetic messenger.
Nice. Nice. I like that. Alright, so other animes, though, that we could think of that would fit into video games. Or, like, a video game that's not a fucking fighting game.
Well, before we get to that, Oda brought up AIM and everything, and, you know, how he can still do the faces.
Mm-hmm.
Alan, I know you probably still can, and Oda might not even know what it is.
Leet speak?
I was gonna say, can you still type in Leet? Are you still fluent?
For the most part, yes. There are certain things that I forgot, but I mean, you're talking about somebody who grew up with like webcomics, like Control Alt Delete and stuff.
Yeah, no, I know. We're both the generation that invented Leet.
Yep. And it pissed
And then it
our
died-
teachers
then it
and
died
parents
with,
off.
died with us too.
Yeah, it did die with us. We stopped using it.
We didn't stop using it. We were told to stop using it at work and all that fun shit.
Yeah, they told us that it would. At one point I was told that Leet speak is derogatory. I'm like, the fuck? It's just words using numbers and symbols.
Do you know what Leet is, Oda?
Not really. I think I've heard of it, but I've never really used it.
So Leet was
No.
yes.
Shut up. Don't encourage her.
Bitch.
So Leet was a language that was invented by people in Alan and I's generation, the elder millennials.
Younger.
Where
millennials than me.
it was a way of swapping out letters for numbers that looked like 4 was an A. 1 was an L.
Hey, what's up?
There's a name for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Leet.
It's called Leet.
L-
I could read it, I just didn't really know what it was called.
Yeah, it's called Leet. Capital L 33T.
Okay, I recognize that. I've used it. I didn't know it had a name.
Yep.
Night's going pretty
That
well.
is-
And of course, if you do want to join us, we're actually live on Twitch. Join in the conversation and the fun. Me, Oda, and my buddy Chef are doing a live cast podcast known as A Bunch of Goofs. Link is in the bio just to make it easier for you.
And here I thought it was developed by your IT department to give you a better password.
Nope.
No. It was our own way of coming up with a shorthand on the internet chat boards and all that fun shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, would you like to know what my smart arse considers to be my hidden way of speaking?
What's that?
Cursive.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the fact that there's
I'm a millennial.
the fact that there's like
I'm a millennial.
yeah, the fact that we have entire generations nowadays that don't know how to do cursive anymore.
Because it was too hard.
What's that hard?
How the frack was it? Oh
Mo-
my god,
Mo-
how sugarcoaty baby dumbasses. God damn, I know the phone made you stupid. I didn't know you made you so goddamn stupid. You don't know how to use your... God bless. There's only 3 letters I can think of in cursive. They don't like the regular one. What is wrong with you? Everything capital? Because lowercase is too hard. What kind of idiots are we raising?
Alan, if this isn't on TikTok, I'm gonna fucking kick you in the tape.
No. Like I said, I just haven't had time to actually start working on the clip spits, but I'm gonna start working on the clip spits.
Oh my god, that was great.
Oh, now my heart rate's up. Thanks, guys. Oh my god, no, that is like, it's like, come on. Like, they told me, like, memorizing multiplication's too hard. And you wonder why these people can't remember which end is up anymore.
And also,
Give them some practice with memorization.
it also doesn't help that they started with core math, and that shit's just like, dude, come on, what the fuck? Math is math!
So, you know what? I actually had this argument with a guy. He worked for my old job as an audit, the guy who helped us get ready for audits, and he tried to tell me that math wasn't an appropriate way to trace a measurement.
What?
You heard? He tried to say that there's a unit of power called watts,
Yeah.
which is the multiplication of volts and amps.
Yeah.
He said watts wasn't traceable because it was math.
What the
My
hell?
response to him is, can you tell me in what universe 2 times 2 is it 4? What magical math are you using where 3 times 3 is not 9 and 4 times 4 isn't 16?
2
What
times 2
you-
equals fish. 2 times 2 equals fish.
This isn't Fairly Odd Parents, God damn it.
Yes! Finally somebody gets the fucking reference!
But anyway, but me, as the owner of my old job, sat there and ripped his stupid apart. And this guy in my industry is considered one of the smartest people.
Sir, you need a new industry.
Yeah. If that's one of the
You're
smartest
so-
people, that dude's a
You're
dumb.
surrounded by idiots.
He's really smart when it comes to theoretical and doing all of the higher end weird mathy and traceability and business stuff. When it comes to practical application, he wouldn't know a practical application if you put it on 2x4 and hit him with it.
Oh God. Ain't that some shit?
Hey, Biga, if you're losing brain cells, you might want to get some duct tape for that.
Yeah. We can't help you because, you know, stupid is as stupid does, and no one's at fault for that except for you.
Oh, would you like to hear my funny joke I say whenever it's snowing?
What's that?
For every snowflake that falls, a driver loses a brain cell. Because for some reason, there's nothing on the roads. The roads are wet. No frozen ice, no snow, no nothing. And people were driving like they had brains in their backsides and no idea how to use a car.
Sounds about right. Honestly, that's the thing. It's just weird. The moment it starts raining, the moment it starts snowing, no one knows how to fucking drive anymore.
So, I shared a post on Facebook yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Or, no, Sunday. Wait, that was yesterday. Fuck. It says, me at home. Why isn't there more kindness in the world? Me while driving. I hate every single person on this planet.
Hey, Bigga. That's probably the reason why you're here on the internet being a little shit. You have no friends. You don't know how to laugh. You don't have any humor. But, that's...
I mean, if Bigga wants to laugh, he can always look down his pants.
I know, right?
You know what? I have a clown nose. But, like, seriously, if that's what if you need artificial stuff to make yourself funny because you don't know how to be funny by yourself, well, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
We can't really help you build your humor.
I had a clown nose. I left it on his mom's nightstand after I fucked her.
What are you talking about? I left it in her cooch.
Is that why it smelled weird?
Probably.
Oh shit, is that the reason why when she leaked out, she actually killed the pH of my fucking fish tank?
I bet you anything when a blind guy walks right past her, he goes, God damn, ladies!
Woo!
Oh, I love... seriously. I'm not trying to be funny for everyone. I'm trying to be funny for myself.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I know for a fact there are people who don't think I'm funny.
Wait, we're supposed to think you're funny?
I'll make some...
Wow!
I don't know. Okay. No, the comment.
Oh.
I know! Apparently I'm the only one that's kind of funny, but that's fine. I mean, I was told growing up, you either gotta be funny or funny looking. I happen to be both. Big as none of them.
That's all I gotta say to that.
It's okay. I got this. Bye-bye.
Peace, bitch! Remember, it's not the world's fault that you suck. It's your fault that you suck.
And I'm pretty sure he removed a rib and everything so he could suck his own dick because nobody else would let him lay down.
Even Marilyn Manson said no to that one.
Oh my. I forgot.
I think we just broke the stream.
Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit.
It's not very often that all of us get into it.
When I'm done writing the first book, I'm still working on it. I mean, if you really want to read it, I'm going to be releasing chapters here and there on Patreon as soon as I'm done. I'm currently working on chapter 1.
Oh, you're working on chapter 1?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure that's not chapter 1?
Oh, go to hell.
He in the garden?
Go fuck yourself.
Why is he going to my sister's house? Why would you send him there?
Who, Bigga? Because I want him to, get in on that.
I want you to go to hell.
Wait, your sister lives in Georgia?
No, wherever my sister is in hell is hell. It travels Michigan? With her.
All right.
I mean, I already.
Sorry, Twiggy. Here redeems some partially advice. So, for you, my friend, I forgot to do the alerts thing. Shit. But yeah, for you, my friend.
Hey, you forgot the alerts.
I know. My number one piece of advice is never acquiesce to other people. Never be what other people want you to be, because they're not important enough for you to change for them. Because they're not living your life. Live for you, be you, and don't give a shit what anybody else has to say. Alright? Because you're fucking awesome. Are you hugging that bag of candy?
And I will say, the moment you stop giving a shit about what other people think about you, one, your life gets infinitely better. And two, for some reason, I don't know if it's true with you guys, but I've had much better conversations with people once I stopped caring about what they said.
Agreed, and I've had much better bowel movements because I'm not so stressed out. I'm just saying it's important. Be regular, okay?
You know what? That's what coffee's for.
It's good for your body to shit regularly.
Yeah, trust me. If I'm having problems with that, I have a cup of coffee in the morning.
Do you have a limit set on partially advice?
What do you mean?
I tried to redeem it just to be an ass, and it says all rewards claimed for this stream. Check again on the next stream.
I might have put a limit on it, and I gotta fix that. Oh, come on. I'm not really wearing much other than my red love shirt and some gray sweatpants.
Ew, Fasha's rocking the gray sweatpants.
That's why I did this. I knew you'd be wearing.
I'm a little bit sad about the gray sweatpants because the dryer ate the drawstring for it.
But yes, the thing is that I actually saw somebody wearing a pair of regular dress pants, but they were styled to look like sweatpants.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen those.
All right, Chef, positive affirmation. Even though you're right here.
Scotty.
Huh? That was not Scotty.
Scotty's comment after my positive affirmation.
You'll save money from visiting me. Love you, long time, ladies.
Because you're wearing a love shirt.
But yeah, no, positive affirmation, Chef. You do realize that you're awesome, right?
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Yes. I do nothing.
No. You do a lot of things. And I know. You keep saying I do nothing. If this is, like I said, if this is you doing nothing, I shudder at the thought of you doing something, because someone's gonna die, or the world's gonna blow up, or we're gonna lose a piece of Florida. Like America's wang is just gonna go floating off.
No, I actually expect him to, the moment he tells me he's busy doing stuff, I expect the blue police box to be reported in Florida.
Oh, good God.
That act of God might be happening soon.
Did you get a brown trench coat?
No, I'm saying that I may stop procrastinating stuff and actually start working on all the projects that I have going.
Cool. You know what you should do, right?
What's that?
Stop being a bitch and start doing it.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I have been dealing with some shit.
I know you've been dealing with shit. I'm just trying to tell you, you gotta get your shit done too, because I want to see you do more, and I want to be a part of one of the bigger projects that you're doing.
Yeah, I gotta outline that.
You know what? I just have a really good thing that if you ever want to do, I thought of an idea for a podcast. If you wanted me to come in and talk with you about it.
What's that?
The difference in your retro and my retro.
I mean, that's more of an episode on That's more of an episode of N2O, truthfully.
That's what I was talking about. I said your podcast.
Well, you said if I wanted to do a podcast, it'd be.
I think you had an episode
semantics.
of your
With
podcast.
me on it. If you wanted me to be a guest on your podcast, we can talk about the difference between your version of retro and my version of retro. Because they are different generations of consoles.
Yeah. How old are you again?
40.
Yeah, so you were in the same generation as my buddy Brian, who does the podcast with me. He turns
Dude,
40.
I'm a millennial.
He turns 40 this year.
Yeah.
There's a 7-year difference between him and I.
Yeah.
Your face is a 7-year difference between you and your taint.
Ooh.
And video games progressed so quickly when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, I mean they progressed quickly when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Because you remember,
Worse.
Well, dude,
As an
like
adult,
Oda was
worse.
essentially around during the time when video games were not popular, and then boom, popular.
Yeah, I was 6.
yeah, I mean you got to remember, my first console was the NES.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My
Let me
first
guess.
console was the NES.
I was gonna say the ColecoVision. But, you know.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
also played the Atari.
The Atari was
I played
badass.
I played the Atari, but I never owned one.
I didn't own it. It's what my cousin gave me to keep me quiet when I was over visiting.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
My cousin was also 10, 15 years my senior.
Okay. See, I have the benefit of being the oldest grandchild.
So you get none of the good stuff?
Correct. And all the responsibility.
Yeah, my grandfather was an equal opportunity a-hole. He didn't care how old you were.
Well, fuck.
But he would give all of his grandchildren something. But you would learn something or do something.
Dude, you had a Commodore 64?
God, that's fucking... I've never even played one. I've only seen one.
Right? I've seen that in the Video Game Museum in California, but I've never actually touched one.
I just remembered where Scotty's comment came from. And I don't know if I could do it on stream without getting Foz in trouble.
No, don't do it.
What? No, do it.
No, don't do it. I don't want to get in trouble.
I want to get in trouble.
There's nothing wrong about it, but you can definitely tell what it is.
Is it from Apocalypse
you
Now?
love your runtime.
I have no idea where it's from. A friend just told me this. I'm gonna message this to Faja and see what he says.
Anyways, as we're going on.
And on your left, you will see...
Let's see, my mom had it, she just stuffed it away until I found it. Nice. Honestly, the oldest game system I ever played was the Atari, and that was only because my mom was able to buy it at a consignment store. And then she found an NES, and then our cousins gave us our first Super Nintendo.
God,
Does an original Pac-Man arcade game count?
Yes!
Yeah.
What do you mean,
We had
does
an
that
arcade
count?
by me.
Oop.
It was not a home system, but no. I've been to arcades that had the original asteroid with the ball.
I can kind of see what Oda said.
Ah!
We could kind of see what Oda said on the stream.
Yeah. Let's not say that.
I mean, that's the one thing I do wish. Like, I was born in '90s, so I grew up in the '90s. But even then, like, arcades weren't a thing in the '90s. It seems like it died in the early '90s to the late.
Chuck E. Cheese was the last of them.
Chuck E. Cheese is still around, and it's shit.
But there's also
Dave
Dave
and Buster's. Yeah, I was gonna say Dave and Buster's is one too, but that's more of an adult one.
Also, keep in mind, where I grew up in New Jersey, unfortunately, thank you, Sandy, this is no longer there. But up until Hurricane Sandy, there was a fully operational coin arcade game thing.
And that's the one thing I am envious about, like, people who are older than me, is we didn't really have, like, I grew up in Fort Wayne in Indianapolis, essentially, in Indiana. I mean, I don't live there.
Appreciate
now,
the rose.
but
Thank you so much.
That's where I grew up. There weren't really coin-operated arcades, even when I was, like, 6.
Damn.
So, like, I'm I missed the whole era of coin-operated arcades, and like that's the one thing that I wish I could have taken part in, being the massive gamer that I am.
You didn't have them in your local bowling alley?
I mean, yeah, but that was essentially a cheap knockoff of the arcade that was Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay, I guess I had a really good one because it literally had like all of the classic arcade games there, and then you had the hunting simulator thingy.
Yeah, I mean, the hunting simulator thing was there. The little thing that you could get, excuse me, you could get tickets and stuff like that for, the little prizes and shit. But, I mean, they weren't like the pinball machines or what you see when you watch movies set in the 80s.
You didn't have pinball machines?
No, dude. Most pinball machines were gone by the time that I started doing it.
That is a crime!
Mocha.
Every bowling alley had like 2 of those.
The only time I first got to play pinball was there was a pizza shop that had like 4 pinball machines in it in Fort Wayne.
Oh,
and then there was one
arcade game outside of the pizza shop on the front porch.
Again, differences in time, dude. There's a 7-year difference between
I was a teenager when I played that game.
Hey, what's up?
And there's a 7-year difference between you and I.
You were 7 when I played this game.
Yes. I know.
Holy shit, Drizzle. Dude.
No, that's Q Drizzle.
Q Drizzle, either way.
That's Q Drizzle, that's not shit Drizzle.
Shut up. Thank you so much for that. You're fucking amazing. And welcome to the Bunch of Goofs podcast livecast. As for the arcade stuff, the thing is, like, I get it, because you also grew up in a different area.
Yeah,
I mean, not really. Oh wait, no, you grew up in
New Jersey.
Yeah, I forgot. You didn't grow up where you live now.
Yeah, no, in New Jersey, so densely populated, it was actually a lot of the places that I'm talking about had enough people to keep the arcades alive longer.
Yeah.
So it was a lot easier to keep it going. Like, I remember going to an arcade that it was actually, I kid you not, it wasn't really an arcade, but he had Super Nintendos.
Yeah.
With Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And you could rent time with it with 2 controllers, either by yourself, with 2 people, like me and my brother would go up there and beat the crap out of each other for a half hour, or you could do it by yourself. I was doing a solo run. I ran out of time, and he's like, no, you are not stopping. You are the first person to get to the final leg of this game, Santa. I want to see what happens when you go up against Bison.
He didn't let you stop. He's like, no, you're beating this. You're fucking beating this.
Basically he was like, you know what? No, you haven't died yet. You're still going. I'm giving you an extension.
See, one of the businesses I've always wanted to open up is essentially that, but like the game systems are behind glass, all that fun shit. Everything is separated into rooms or like TV screens at like at the booths and stuff like that. And if you want to play, you bring your own controller, because that is the one thing about those types of businesses is your shit gets destroyed because people don't take care of it. Fuck that. Bring your own controller.
Really hard. What he did was, it was really simple, is you were in a big room and there were 2 employees in that room.
Yeah.
And if the controller broke, you're getting charged.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is now every controller is wireless. So
you can still buy wired versions of those controllers.
Yes, you can, but what I'm saying is bring your own controller. If you want to damage it, it's your shit to damage.
I'm sorry, computer conscious psycho person here. I don't like the idea of randomly connecting my stuff to other people's stuff.
We're talking consoles.
Yes, and I'm talking clever hackers.
Shit's gonna happen.
I know, but basically because your console's on your home network, if you get something into the console, you can get into the router.
Correct. But again, you want to play with your friends in a fun area in a tournament-style room, bring your own shit.
And what happens if I don't own it? Because I don't
Sucks
own
for
that
you.
console. That's why I'm going there.
Then you can rent it for with a deposit that is the price of the controller.
I'm sorry, dude, but with that business model, I wouldn't shop there.
That's the basic
You're
business
also-
model
you're-
of a
you're-
lot of game rooms like that, though.
You're also not the target
I also go to
demographic.
game rooms.
Yeah, but
Again,
then
you're also not the target
Yeah,
demographic.
you're not the target demographic.
I'm talking about the kids that play Fortnite and Call of Duty.
Ew.
Like, I love the idea because, in all honesty, for me personally, other than opening up a food truck, which was one of my dreams, one of my dream, business ideas that I really wanted to open up is in Korea. There is this type of place called in Korean it's called a PC bang, and it pretty much just means a PC room, and it's literally a game cafe. And I would love to be able to work one or own one that is just, rows and rows of PCs that have locked-in security, allowing you to play whatever on a network.
You know what else I want to open up? I want to get a
Your
free. No, I'll let you do that. I want to get a freestanding restaurant. Decorate the outside of it to look like a D&D tavern.
Dude.
And open up a food like medieval style with modern stuff for kids like chicken fingers and fries and all that shit.
Mhm.
But a themed medieval tavern with all the tables set up for tabletop RPGs.
Ooh.
Nice. You want to know one thing I wish they had for tabletop RPGs? They probably do have this, but I think for your idea, Chef, it'd be awesome. Grabby arms. So you have a table to put your food,
Yeah.
and the game mat is in front of you, so you have an arm to reach out and move your token with.
Yeah.
Like,
Shuffleboard style.
yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
like old people style?
Either shuffleboard style or like roulette table, let me pull your chips in.
Actually,
Style.
I was thinking more of the grabby hands that old people or midgets use.
I mean,
Yeah, so you can move your figs.
you can make it fun and get ones that have dinosaur heads.
No, that's what he uses when you die. You get eaten by your token is eaten by the dinosaur.
I mean, that's one of the things. Like that would be the dream, is to set up a tavern like that. With and like Oda said, you have the outside of the table where you can put your food and drinks and shit, and then a raised lip, and then the inside is where your grid table is, and you could use dry erase markers on it and all that fun shit and draw out your stuff. You can bring your own figs. If you need a book, you can rent it from the library.
Okay. So I'm kind of imagining like a casino table modified for tabletop gaming.
Yes.
I just had a really funny idea.
What's that?
The enemies are chicken nuggets, and when you kill one, you get to eat it.
The D&D
No, see-
game, it's dinner and a theater. It's dinner and entertainment.
So literally, that would be how you teach kids D&D.
Dude. Fuck yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
By the way, I do have one random question for you, Fasha.
Yeah.
You specifically. If you were to open up a food truck, what kind would you open?
10-minute warning, by the way.
Oh, yeah. So I actually had a full-on idea for two different things. One
You
was-
too?
Huh? Yeah.
I said
Oh,
you
yeah.
too?
Are you kidding me? I have folders in my computer that are all just restaurant ideas.
Same.
But my two food truck ideas was one for a actual traditional ramen and oriental noodle dish food truck. And then the other one was a rice bowl food truck.
Yeah, if I did a food truck, you'd probably laugh your arse off with what I'd sell.
What's that?
Hot roast beef, mashed potatoes, corn, peas.
I'll hot roast your beef.
And you know what? I'd have the vegan special, which would be a giant turkey leg.
So that's
with the middle finger cut into it, so you can hold up the turkey leg and middle finger them with the turkey leg.
So that reminds me of something that I keep seeing down here every time I go to and from Orlando.
What's that?
But I have 2 food truck ideas too. But the billboard that I keep seeing, it's in between Orlando and Daytona on I-4.
Mm-hmm.
It's a barbecue restaurant. And across the top of the billboard, on both sides of the fucking highway, depending upon which way you're going, it has a red strip. But underneath that, it has all the stuff, the name, the address, what exit, and all that fun shit. The red strip across the top of it says Vegetarian Rehabilitation Center.
That's fucking gold. I love it.
I know. It's great. I want to stop there just because of the billboard. But my 2 ideas for a food truck are both very inexpensive with low overhead.
Okay.
And comfort foods, basically. So the one that I would love to do, but I probably never would just because it'd be a lot of fun to do, I think. But with the way people are, it could either go well or it could go bad.
Okay.
And that's a food truck with different styles of hot dog. So you'd have like your American hot dog with, and I would use all beef hot dogs because that's me.
You're a good human
You're an all
being.
beef hot dog.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a
but
beefcake.
Your American
beef.
Your American hot dog would just be, mustard and ketchup on a bun, etc., etc. Then you would have your Chicago dog, your chili cheese dog, your Coney dog, your just go down the line. Like the New Mexico hot dog is a hot dog with onions, green chilies, mustard, and I can't remember what else. But like I want to do stuff like that.
You could say that you would have to go down the line of wieners.
But sell cans of soda with bottles of water and chips as a side.
He's got all the fun condiments.
Yeah, he's got to have all the condiments for his wieners.
I gotta put the condiments on the wieners before we slip it in the bun, okay?
This idea is just getting better and better.
The other one, the one that I have actually more fleshed out, and I've talked to you about it before, Alan.
Oh?
Is I want to get a food truck, paint it yellow, and call it the Big Cheese.
Oh, yes.
And it's nothing but specialty grilled cheese sandwiches.
You have no idea how well that would do. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
I know for a fact it would do well because we have a place like that in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, people.
Yeah, there's a place like
shit. Out of that.
There's a restaurant in St. Augustine that does it, but like a food truck with it, different styles. Like I've got my grilled cheese recipe down for a regular one, pat. Like just it's fucking perfect. The I've got to try the newest iteration of my Cajun grilled cheese sandwich. Add bacon to them, add French fries inside of it if you really want to. Different styles of potato chips inside of grilled cheese sandwiches, different cheese combinations, different breads.
I just have, if you ever do this, I have one request.
What's that?
Can I just get 2 slices of bread, some American cheese, grill up the grilled cheese sandwich, cut it diagonally, and put it on a plate so I can feel like I'm a little kid again?
Of course.
Can I make a request?
And for one of the things I was going to add, for like a quarter more, if you really want to, we'll cut the crust off one.
See, my request would be a
good
Cuban with no pickle.
Well, that's not a grilled cheese sandwich, sir.
But you can make it a Cuban grilled cheese.
Then it would just be a Cuban sandwich.
Fuck you! It's so delicious.
Couldn't he just cut a hot dog into strips and have a grilled cheese hot dog sandwich? That way you get both carts?
Yeah.
But that's not a Cuban.
No, it's not. And do you have any idea the amount of work it goes into making a Cuban?
Yes, I know, but they're so good.
They are good.
I haven't
And,
had a
it's
good
one of
Cuban in so long.
It's kind of the bad part about living in Florida. They're fucking everywhere.
I know, fuck you.
What about one that is stuffed to the gills with Asian snacks? I mean, I could probably come up with an Asian grilled cheese sandwich with Alan's help, or your help, Scotty.
I will say, if you want to know a good place to get Asian any snacks, it's a place called Jungle Gyms.
Yeah,
in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Oh my flipping god! They have stuff from every fracking country with the original packaging.
Sounds delicious. And it's different than Jungle Juice. Do not have that stuff. It's not good for you.
No, Jungle Juice is bad. But the other thing too is, have different soups of the day with the grilled cheese. So like one day would be tomato soup, the other day would be chili, et cetera, et cetera.
Ooh, I just had a really cool idea. This is just me being weird. Ready?
Yeah.
Toast, nacho cheese dip.
Ooh.
Been there, done that.
I've not tried that. How does it go?
It's good.
Yeah, my wife just looked at me like I just gave her a meal idea. I just broke my wife's brain. You two would have a really good conversation with my wife about food.
I think we would have fun just cooking together.
And my wife just looked at me like, "Is that a good idea or a bad idea?"
Oh, it's a good idea. You know what's an even better idea? Pieces of toast cut diagonally, and then put on a plate, and you turn the toast into the chips for nachos. Like you put the toppings on the bread and then bake it, and melt the cheese.
Have an open-faced nacho sandwich.
Yeah,
I like it.
But the good thing about the good thing about like the grilled cheese and stuff like that, for equipment, all you need is either a flat top or a press.
Or, you could also use something like a, what's it called? What is it? Your fucking broiler.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm talking about
use a propane stovetop little thingy and a cast iron skillet.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that, and that's called FDA laws.
Yeah, there's that.
But like a Cuban sandwich press, a Cuban sandwich press would do fucking amazingly.
Cuban sandwich.
End the stream, fucker.
Yes, alrighty then, everybody. I do have to say, this is where we've got to end the stream. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate y'all. Thank you, Oda. Thank you, Chef, for being part of the Goofs.
Well, everybody, that's the end of today's episode of Bunch of Goofs. I hope you enjoyed, and of course, let's say thank you to our cast, Asian Fasha Gamer, Audacia, and Hey, I'm Chef. Thank you so much, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.